She didn't dare move in front of the mirror. On the other side of the mirror lived a host of mysterious creatures. Every nightfall, they would appear and mimic human behavior outside the house. At the slightest sound, they would immediately attack. There were some who tried to escape this terrifying forest, but strangely, no matter which direction they ran, they always ended up back at the starting point. And as night fell, those mysterious creatures would track their scent and catch up, eventually hunting down anyone who tried to flee. To survive, people had to stand in front of a mirror inside a safe house at night. But Lisa, one of the group members, had grown tired of living in constant fear. To escape the forest, every day when they ventured out for food, she would mark the trees. One morning, she set out with a small bird in hand, expecting the others to stop her. But to her surprise, no one did. Lisa followed the marks she'd made, not knowing how long she'd been walking. Finally, she came to a clearing. Thinking she had made it out, she rushed through the trees only to discover that what lay beyond was an endless stretch of untamed wilderness. At that moment, Lisa realized that no matter how hard she tried, escaping the forest in a day was impossible. Just then, the older woman from their group appeared. She said others had tried to escape in the same way but failed. As night fell, Lisa reluctantly followed the woman back to the safe house. After this failed attempt, Lisa understood escaping was impossible. Survival meant following the rules of the forest. That day, while foraging with her companions, Lisa noticed something disturbing. She had never actually seen one of those mysterious creatures. They were always just stories told by the older woman, and Lisa started to suspect she'd been lied to. To test her theory, Lisa and her companions ventured to the creature's supposed lair. With her companions' help, she carefully entered the cave. But to her shock, when she reached the bottom, there was no sign of any creature. Instead, there were human tools. She had her companions pull them up, but just then, a strange noise came from behind. A bizarre hand reached out. Frozen in fear, Lisa didn't know what to do. Luckily, her companions threw down a rope just in time. They didn't realize that their actions, taking the tools, would bring disaster to the group. At the time, they were blissfully unaware, and with the tools they had pulled up, they even made a simple camera to see the creature's true form that night. Sure enough, later that evening, a pair of legs appeared on the screen. Before anyone could react, they heard a man's voice crying for help outside. The woman, hearing the voice, instinctively headed for the door. It turned out the voice belonged to her boyfriend, who had gone outside a month earlier to survive. When she realized it was him, the curly-haired woman immediately tried to open the door, but the older woman stopped her, warning that the creatures could mimic anyone's voice. It was far too late to let anyone in, especially since the person outside wasn't human anymore. To prevent a tragedy, the older woman advised the woman to ask the man a question only they would know the answer to: his birthday.